Are you an adrenaline junkie looking for your next thrill? Or maybe you just want to know which cities to avoid in 2024? Either way, you're in the right place. Welcome to Explore Vortex. Today we will talk about the top 10 most dangerous cities for travelers in 2024. We're talking about places where you might need more than just a travel visa. You might need a guardian angel. So buckle up, grab your pepper spray, and get ready for a wild ride as we explore the cities where even the pigeons look at you sideways. Welcome to Caracas, Venezuela, where the only thing higher than the crime rate is the price of avocados. Caracas consistently ranks high on the list of the world's most dangerous cities. We're talking about a place where even the pigeons are packing heat. Caracas is not a place to be wandering around with your head in the clouds. You need to be aware of your surroundings, keep your wits about you, and maybe invest in a good pair of running shoes. Caracas is a city of contrasts. It's got stunning natural beauty, vibrant culture, and some of the friendliest people you'll ever meet. But it's also got a dark side, a side that you don't want to mess with. So if you're planning a trip to Caracas, be prepared. Do your research, take precautions, and maybe consider hiring a local guide who knows the ins and outs of the city. Next up, we're heading to Kabul, Afghanistan, a city where the phrase dodging bullets takes on a whole new meaning. You might find yourself dodging more than just traffic in Kabul. We're talking about a city that's been through the ringer, a place where the threat of violence is as constant as the smell of spices in the air. Kabul is a city that's seen its fair share of turmoil. It's a place where the scars of war run deep, and the threat of terrorism is a very real concern. But amidst the chaos, there's also a resilience, a spirit that refuses to be broken. If you're planning a trip there, you need to be aware of the risks and take all necessary precautions. We're talking about a place where you don't want to be caught slipping, where even a trip to the market can turn into an adventure. From the bustling streets of Kabul, we're jetting off to the scenic shores of Cape Town, South Africa. Ah, Cape Town, with its stunning beaches, breathtaking mountains, and, wait for it, sharks. And no, I'm not just talking about the ones in the ocean. Apparently in Cape Town, you've got to watch out for sharks on land too. Okay, I'm exaggerating, slightly. But seriously, Cape Town does have a bit of a reputation for crime, especially in certain areas. But hey, what's a little danger when you've got Table Mountain as your backdrop, right? All jokes aside, Cape Town is a city of incredible beauty and vibrancy. But like any major city, it's got its share of problems. The key is to be aware of your surroundings, take precautions, and avoid putting yourself in risky situations. Don't go flashing your cash around like you're trying to win a most likely to get robbed award. Cape Town is an amazing city with so much to offer. Just be smart, be safe, and have a blast. Chapter 4, Rio De Janeiro, Brazil, Favelas from a Distance. Next stop on our whirlwind tour of danger, Rio De Janeiro, Brazil. The city of samba, sunshine, and, well, let's just say Rio's got a reputation. We're talking about a place where the party never stops, except maybe when the police raid a favela. And speaking of favelas, they're definitely a must-see, from a safe distance, of course. Rio is an incredible city, full of life, energy, and some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. But it's also a city with a lot of social and economic inequality, which unfortunately translates into crime. So, while you're busy sipping caipirinhas and working on your tan, just remember to keep your wits about you. Don't be flashing your expensive camera around like a beacon of rob me. And maybe skip that late-night stroll through a dark alleyway in a favela. Rio is a city that will steal your heart, even if it also tries to steal your wallet. Just be smart, be safe, and enjoy the ride. Chapter 5, Tijuana, Mexico. Party responsibly or else. Hold on to your sombreros, folks, because we're heading south of the border to Tijuana, Mexico. Now, Tijuana is known for its wild nightlife, its delicious street food, and, well, let's just say it's got a reputation for being a little rough around the edges. We're talking about a city where the party never stops, even if it sometimes spills over into the streets in a less than desirable way. Let's just say, what happens in Tijuana doesn't always stay in Tijuana. Tijuana is a city that knows how to have a good time, even if it sometimes comes with a side of danger. It's a city of contrasts, where you can find yourself sipping margaritas on a rooftop bar one minute and dodging stray bullets the next. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating slightly. But in all seriousness, Tijuana is a city that demands respect. It's not a place to be reckless or careless. You need to be aware of your surroundings, keep your wits about you, and maybe avoid those shady-looking cantinas. And whatever you do, don't try to smuggle any drugs across the border. Chapter 6. St. Louis, USA, Beer Buckets, and Curbside Conundrums. Hold on to your horses, folks, because we're heading to the heartland of America, to a city known for its iconic arch, its love of baseball, and its surprisingly strict laws about drinking beer on the curb. That's right, we're talking about St. Louis, Missouri. Apparently, in the gateway to the West, you can't just plop yourself down on the curb and enjoy a cold one from a bucket. Who knew? I mean, you'd think a city that's home to Budweiser would be a little more lenient when it comes to beer consumption. But hey, that's St. Louis for you, full of surprises. But quirky laws aside, St. Louis does have a bit of a reputation for crime. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get mugged by the Cardinals mascot, although you never know. But it's always a good idea to be aware of your surroundings. Don't be flashing your cash around like you're trying to attract every pickpocket in the state. And maybe skip that midnight stroll through a dark alleyway, especially if you're carrying a bucket of beer. But hey, let's not get bogged down in the negatives. St. Louis is a city with a lot to offer, from its world-class museums to its delicious barbecue. Just be smart, be safe, and most importantly, don't drink beer on the curb. Enjoy the city responsibly and have a great time. Chapter 7. Kingston, Jamaica, Reggae Rhythms and Midnight Myths. Get ready to jam, Mon, because we're heading to the birthplace of reggae, the land of jerk chicken, the island paradise of, wait for it, Kingston, Jamaica. Now, Jamaica is known for its laid-back vibes, its beautiful beaches, and its, shall we say, colorful reputation. And by colorful, I mean you might want to pack an extra pair of underwear, just in case. Jamaica is an amazing country with a rich culture and some of the friendliest people you'll ever meet. But like any place, it's got its share of problems. Kingston, in particular, has a reputation for crime, especially in certain areas. If you're planning a trip to Kingston, be smart, be safe, and maybe avoid those late-night strolls through dimly lit neighborhoods. And whatever you do, don't go around flashing your cash like you're auditioning for a reggae version of Grand Theft Auto. Next stop on our danger-filled adventure, San Pedro Sula, Honduras. Now, San Pedro Sula is not exactly known for its tourist attractions. In fact, it's often called the murder capital of the world. San Pedro Sula is a city facing some serious challenges. It's a place where poverty, gang violence, and drug trafficking are sadly a part of everyday life. If you're planning a trip to San Pedro Sula, and honestly, I don't know why you would be, you need to be extremely cautious. We're talking about a place where you might want to hire a local guide and a bodyguard, just to be safe. So yeah, maybe just cross San Pedro Sula off your bucket list. Rev up your engines, folks, because we're heading to the Motor City, the home of Motown, the birthplace of techno music, and a city that's seen better days. That's right, we're talking about Detroit, Michigan. Now, Detroit is a city that's been through a lot. From economic decline to urban decay, it's faced its fair share of challenges. But amidst the ruins, there's a spirit of resilience, a determination to rebuild and reclaim its former glory. That being said, Detroit still has a long way to go, especially when it comes to crime. It's always a good idea to be aware of your surroundings, especially at night. Don't be flashing your cash around like you're trying to win a most likely to get mugged award. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we've reached the final destination on our whirlwind tour of danger, Mogadishu, Somalia. Now, Mogadishu is not for the faint of heart. In fact, it's often considered one of the most dangerous cities in the world. We're talking about a place where pirates roam the seas, warlords rule the streets, and the threat of terrorism is as constant as the scorching sun. Mogadishu is a city that's been ravaged by war and conflict for decades. It's a place where danger lurks around every corner, and even the most seasoned traveler would be wise to think twice before venturing there. So, unless you've got a death wish or you're a journalist with a really good life insurance policy, I'd suggest staying far, far away from Mogadishu. So, there you have it, folks. The top 10 most dangerous cities for travelers in 2024. I hope you enjoyed this wild ride through some of the sketchiest corners of the globe. Remember, traveling is all about adventure, but it's also about being smart, staying safe, and maybe investing in a good travel insurance policy. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community of fearless travelers.